Okay, that brings us now to the sister cities. Now, sister cities were established after the Second World War, and they were made to bring friendship, trade and tourism back to the different countries. In Australia, the CCP has made about 57 to 60 sister cities. Some have been taken off due to the COVID, but we're just going to go through these, looking at these things from perspective of the CCP. The CCP do nothing for anybody else but the CCP. Now, just have a quick look at them. Now, we've got some in starting Western Australia. Money Jump is like everywhere the CCP seem to establish themselves is an airport or major infrastructure that they want to get their hands on, universities or wind farms, anything like that. So anyway, Money Jump's got an airport. There's an airport here in Bunbury. Now, I look at things based on the CCP. They're put themselves here for a reason. In every single place that they are at, they have arranged it for themselves. No other reason. Now this is a area here in Perth, and we'll just have a look here on the satellite map. And this is quite a large area. It's called Cockburn, and they may make a deal with the area. But you can see here, this has got our naval base right here. We have the naval base. Now they're right next to it there, and what they do is with the sister city deals, they take the respective councils or the hierarchy from the universities. See, there's an airport here as well, and they take them all over to China, to their sister city, whatever the sister city may be. Here, Cockburn is whatever that says, Yang. So that's where they'll take the people to. They'll shout them over there. They'll treat them like kings or queens, and they'll make you feel very, very special. But you can be 100% sure that the CCP know exactly what it is that you are, who you are, and what you do. They have your, they know whether you like chocolate ice cream or bloody strawberry ice cream. They'll research you 100% so they can manipulate when you get there and catch you out. They'll get people doing stupid things, maybe in a hotel room, or something, but they will have you on film and they will use that. Now this is Geraldton here. This is the Greater Geraldton. This is not just the city Geraldton, but in here you've got heaps of stuff in here. There's wind farms and all sorts of things. I have mentioned that the CCP has got 14 million hectares of land. That is what 14 million hectares of land looks like. And you can just have a look. We'll just have a quick look at it. We'll put that in Victoria, for example. It takes up a hell of a lot of space. They own that. That is what the CCP owns, or companies affiliated to the CCP own. Now, in China, I can't go and buy there. If I had $1 million in my skyrocket, I can't go and buy a one-bedroom unit in the middle of nowhere, because they will not sell anything to anybody. It's all about the CCP. Now, we look a bit more over here in Australia, going down here into Victoria. Now, this is the deals I made here. Like I've said, you've got the Bendigo and Greater Bendigo. You have the Campus C here, which is a huge amount of area. Now, this is 4,500 square kilometres that they've made the deal with. So they take these people over to, they can go in here and they go to Lockington, for example, and they can shout the council over there, treat them well, and they get whatever they want, individually manipulating the people of Australia. This is what they do best, and this is what they've done across the world. Shepparton here, you've got the Greater Shepparton area. Now, we'll just go back into there, and I'll have a look at all these things in the perspective of what it is the CCP wants. What are they doing in this place? It's for a reason. Airports, infrastructure, business, or whatever the case may be. But we'll just come into here and we'll have a look in a little bit more of a depth, and I'll look in detail across the place and see what it is that they have. Here it is here. University of Melbourne. Now, this is in the Greater Shepparton area, and what they do is they'll take the hierarchy from all these different universities, take them over to the respective cities, and they'll treat them like kings and queens, as I said, and then they'll get students that come over here and go into these universities, and they'll be train them up, educate them in our country, put them out into the business world, form companies, and all these people form companies in our country, and they are all there by the CCP. This is the bloody truth, and my understanding, I don't care. I've got myself. That's why I put myself here on the screen, because I'm making this. This has come from me, and I have absolutely no fear about them. Now, this is down here in Geelong. This is the Greater Geelong. You've got Avalon Airport here. Now, like I say, they've been in these areas for 20 and 30, 40 bloody years in these places, and they have slowly bought in whatever they're bought in over time to do what they've got to do. I always find them across the world. I show the world directly, but you got them here. This is the area that they've made the deal with here. This is I haven't written that down, but you've got the Essendon Fields Airport here. You've got Melbourne Airport just there, and they're all around here. And whatever they're doing, they could be fitting out the bottoms of houses or that with different radar technology or whatever. But they're right here in Melbourne in this particular area. And that one is Greater Dandenong. And this is Melbourne's water here. This is Melbourne's drinking water. This is their water. And they're right next to water all over the world. You'll see in a minute. And we come over here, and this is Latrobe. Now, this is a huge area. So they're all in these places for a reason. And the reason is not what we would think as what the sister cities that are made for. Mildura has an airport, and the Murray River runs through there. We've got Griffith's got the airport. Wagga Wagga's got airports. This place here is a Hilltops. This is a huge area. It's got wind farms in here and all sorts of things, orchards, and they're in there, and they're taking everyone over there and giving them bloody back massages. Goulburn. Now Goulburn's been taken off the internet as far as the sister city deals. They've cancelled it. But it's too little, too late, because the CCP's been in every place that you see a flag here, and they've been manipulating these councils one by one. They've made a sister city deal here, a fair few in Sydney. I won't go into all of them, but this is, I think it's Bayside Council in Sydney. Now, I've mapped out just roughly what is Bayside Council. And there it is. Look at that. Sydney Airport right in the middle. Now, they form little alliances, and they have a hotel here and a house here and a unit here and a unit over here and a unit there. All they've got to do, they've just got to blow up this tarmac, and we can't land anything there. And you'll see that they've got control over airports all over the world, and I'll show you that in a minute. But then we come out here. Dubbo's another one that's got airports. Gunnedar's got the world's largest, or one of the world's largest agricultural deals. About 3,000 people bring their knowledge and technology to Gunnedah for 3 days a year, and 100,000 people travel through that. Now, the CCP is completely in there, switched on bit agriculture. They want to know everything. Tamworth's got the airport. Now we'll just go up here. I mean, look at this is the Gold Coast. They're all through here. Ipswich has cancelled their sister cities deals. Too little, too late. They've been in there for all those years, and they're right around the rivers. Our drinking water, I don't know what they're doing, but just to give you an understanding, that they formed a sister city deal right up the coast here, right over here. Up into Townsville. Now, I'm just going to bring up Townsville for a reason. Charter Towers has got a big beef industry there, but Townsville's got a zinc producing place there that's linked to a place in the owners that come from Korea. Extremely huge business. It's one of the largest in the world. And the other one here, they got there's the nickel mine that produces stuff for batteries, and that's the largest in the world as well. Now, the CCP have got two deals here. And there's something to do with the zinc and water. I have mentioned before, maybe been looking, but we've got the Darwin. They own Darwin Port. Darwin Port belongs to the CCP, and they also own an airport over in Western Australia. And they're trying to get control of these ones here as well, down here in our country, in our New South Wales. And it's bloody shocking what they're doing. So, but anyway, we'll just have another. I'll just pan out a bit, and we'll go over here and have a look at New Zealand. These are the deals that they got all here in New Zealand, and you'll find these places. You'll pan in, you have a look, and they're all bloody got airports, and they're there for the CCP's reason. You look at this map coming from a war perspective, and positioning themselves to do whatever they're going to do when the time comes. Now we'll just have a look here. Look at this. What is the reason for them being in these little places? So we'll just go in and have a quick look at the satellite map, and we'll just come in and pan in, and I've done this across the world basically, and had a looking at it from the CCP's perspective. What is it that they are doing here? What is their reason for being here? So look, it's a tiny little places. They don't care about tourism here. They don't care about nothing. There it is there. Huge airport, a huge tarmac to land on. Fighter jets can land there. This is what they're doing. So they come in here, they manipulate all these council workers, or the council, or the government here, the people that control this little tiny area, and that's what they do. And they've done this across the buddy over here in Samoa. There's another one, and they come in here, and all these people, they've got no money over here, but they'll shout the representative governments over, the people that control this, that, and the other, and they'll take you there, and they'll shout you there, and there's another big airport there. Now these are all the CCP's in here, and there's other sister city deals, yes, that are made with these places. There is, but they're not what the CCP's in here for the reason of the CCP, not to make friends and cuddle babies and be nice. It's not about that for the CCP. So Port Vila also has a thing. Vanuatu's got two airports, and we'll just pan back out to this other map. But this is what they are doing in all these little places. They are positioning themselves well, and we'll pan over here now. We'll have a look at. We'll come over and look at Japan. Now look at Japan. This is the sister city deals they've made in Japan. I put every one of these dots here. I've researched them. I know each one of them where they go, and I put them in specifically. So they've taken all these councils and these people, business people over, universities over, because we know that Japan is the leader in technology across the globe. So they've got in here and they've made deals with all these people individually, not the councils, not the thing, but the business people, and they've given them whatever to get the knowledge that they need, and they've done this strategically. Now you see here in South Korea, I told you about the deal that they've made there with in Seoul. That place was Gwangmung or something it's called. No, that's not it there. Here it is here. Yeah, this is where the people that own the zinc mines across the world, this is their head office, and they've got three sister city deals here. Now, the only place that you'll see that there is no CCP, and that's Taiwan. Now, you know what's Taiwan, because the Taiwanese, the Kuomintang, that were ruled after the last dynasty in 1911 to 1949, they know what the CCP are and who they are. Now, we know with the Philippines, Philippines has got quite a lot, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, all these places, Singapore. Now, these are all CCP. These are all controlled by the CCP. They're communism countries, and they're all being set up by the CCP back in the 1940s, 1950s, and they're all, the true rulers of these countries are actually in the CCP in China. Just on the surface, it looks like they're being governed by the respective councils and what have you in those countries, but they're not. Look over here. Look, this is the CCP. They have positioned them bloody selves across the world in all these places strategically for the CCP, to manipulate people, to manipulate their council, to manipulate the very foundations of each country. And you can see that's happening in our own country here in Australia. We're down in Victoria, and they're marching against the flag. They're marching against Australia Day. There's some stupidest things coming up as far as mentality goes. You can't say mum or dad. This is all communism coming into our very structure as a people. Our moral compass has been turned upside down by communism, and the CCP are bloody running it. Now, you look down here. We'll just have a look at this little tiny place. I think it's off Portugal. This is Portugal here. Now, just have a look in here. This is what they are doing. They are in here. This is the tiniest little place, and the reason the CCP are here is only for the bloody CCP. And this is a huge airport. This has got fighter jets and all things in it. I mean, they got control over these. Now, it's nothing for them to go in, and they're already in place. In all the bloody countries around the world, they have got themselves in place, whether it's radar set up over time, bringing in different bits and pieces of radar. You know, over 30 years they've been doing this. Mao Zedong said back in the 1950s that we're going to take over the world. And this is how they've done it. This is what they're doing. So if they just blow the tarmac up in, say, for our country, for example, in Richmond, you know, at the Air Force Base there, they've only got to blow the tarmac up there. We can't land jets there. They've got control of the bloody Avalon Airport, Melbourne Airport. They can blow up the bloody Sydney Airport. And they've got control of all our other little airports because they've been in there for years. And this is what they are doing. And this is what they are all about with the sister city deals. They come over here to America. Look at them in America. Now, the Americans are very smart with all this stuff, but the CCP are smarter. And all these little places, in all these cities, they're bringing in different pieces of whatever they're bringing in. Over 20, 30, 40 years they've been doing this. So they've just got to press all at the same time, press the bloody button, whatever it is, and bang. They're in the biggest waterways across the globe. You can see them here. Thunder Bay is another huge, this is in Canada, huge water things there, and they've got airports there. The same with over here, wind jump airports, huge water things, and they're all over the place. And you'll see them. You have a look at this from the CCP's perspective, as I keep saying. Have a look at this little place up here. What's the sister city deal doing up here with the CCP? You know, it'll be an airport. I'm pretty sure there's an airport here, and that's what the CCP do. So they're planning and putting things in place. There it is there, and that's another huge airport. Two big runways. So this is huge. And if you look at it from the CCP's perspective, like I keep saying, because I want to reiterate this to everybody very clearly, that this is what the hell they are doing. And you can see what's happening in our country, what's happening with, mainstream media is just completely corrupted. There is just absolutely no doubt about that, and you don't have to be any smart to already see that's been happening. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on this. That's the CCP, and in our country and across the globe, they've positioned themselves, and it is bloody frightening. Africa, down here in Madagascar, and then just to finish off one more, there's I don't know if you've ever heard about underground bases, but I had a bit of a research of this place here next to they've got 3 sister cities here, but there's no airport, and I don't know what's going on here. What's the reason if there's no airport? And I don't know if you've heard about deep underground military bases, but I'm pretty sure that there is a couple of these things based here. This one here doesn't look too good to me. I mean, you make your own mind up, but you know there's some things underground that they bring in via boat and whatever, and there's, this whole thing under here could be full of bloody fighter jets and tanks and whatever, all ready to go, and they've done this across the bloody globe, mark my words. So anyway, just food for thought, and please just share this around. I mean, it's, I'm only doing it because I love Australia, and I've got a lot of good mates here. Yeah, all right, thanks.